And Tarosphere! Welcome in, welcome in! Thank you so much for stopping by. Awa! I got all my messages up to let everyone know that we are live. We're live. Ah, woo! And now, 'tis time to play Farever. Whoops, I accidentally made myself larger. There we go. Farever. Woo. Yeah, Farever is this new MMO I've been playing that's actually really good, and it's surprisingly cozy. I think I'll need to adjust my volume in the game, so just give me a sec once we log in to do that. Audio. That's probably... I'm good, Magpie. How are you doing? We're playing Farever today. I had a bit of a shitty sleep, but the good news is I'm much more awake now, but I've been working on leveling my other characters in Farever, which is currently in its early access, but like honestly is fucking amazing. It's also surprisingly cozy. So this is my rogue. I'll show you guys some of the moves my rogue has. This is the one I've been doing, but I've been thinking it would be really nice to have more healing in the game. So I decided to work on my priest. So we are going to look at that. Brave. Thank you so much for the 15 stream streak. Sorry, I'm chewing bread 1 minute. Yeah, I know you actually technically have more, because you were also over on YouTube, but... Thank you so much for coming over to Twitch to help me get the ad revenue and all that jazz. Alright, so this is my rogue in Farever. Need to drink water for a second. Thank you so much for the follow, Arsgar6. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Not even barely 5 minutes into stream. So yes, I currently have one of each class, but I've mostly been playing on my rogue. I did do a bit of my mage and my priest. My priest is what I'm leveling right now because I've been thinking having more healing would be cool. So I want to test out the other classes. So real quick, I am going to fly my rogue over here just to show you guys the current attacks I have on my rogue because I really like the current combo I have. But yeah, no, like, one of the things I love about this MMO is some MMOs can be really stressful, but this one's super cozy, which is nice. And not like the Final Fantasy XIV style cozy, where it can, like, it depends on what you're doing. Like, I feel like even combat in this game is weirdly cozy. I don't know if it's the aesthetic or the vibe. Ghoul Slap, let me give you a shout out, lovely. I'm playing Farever, which is a new MMO. It is currently in early access, but it's really fun and weirdly cozy. What I also like is that you can make a character. So, stuff is really open in this game because the way it works is there are 4 classes with more on the way, and your weapon skills and your class skills are separate. The bread is in my throat. And you have weapons that can be used by multiple classes. So, like, for example, I currently have a rogue priest weapon, which means this has innate healing on it. And then in my arsenal, I have a rogue mage weapon, so that I can use one of the skills on that as well. Plus, I have all my rogue skills. This is my current main in the game. Let me not forget to give you a shout out while talking about how much I love Farever. Yeah, it does, right? It's an open world. It's very cozy. Like, it's also, like, it's really easy. So this is my current build with my rogue. So I have this cool spin attack, and then I can start healing every time I fight. And then I can also shoot this, that's from my arsenal skill, which is my other weapon skill. But it works really well with the heal ability because it does a huge chunk of damage. So this is my current rogue build. My rogue class skills are like the standard stuff, like do a big finisher attack where I jump at the enemy, teleport to the enemy, drop a smoke bomb, do an attack spin, you know, standard rogue shit. But then I'm currently using rogue priest and rogue mage weapons, so my current weapon attacks are like very, like magic themed at the moment. Previously I was using water themed ones. Bold! So I would do like, I had these 2 water axes. Yeah, I had a couple of water axes and some crab claws, and so I would do like these big water attacks and like punch people into the sky and stuff. I love the sheer amount of weapons in this game and like the themes that they all have and stuff that are really interesting. I'm just running back over here for when I next play on my rogue. Like Wildstar. Yeah, no, Farever is definitely worth looking at. The other thing I love, you can't see it behind my chat. One sec, let me temporarily turn the chat off. Where is it? Hang on, I gotta find it. There it is. So, as you can see, all of my characters, I designed them to have the same appearance and name, which they let you do, which is amazing. I haven't logged into my warrior yet, so they're naked. And Here's the cool part, okay? Let me turn chat back on. Yeah. Super genius rat character, that's amazing. Yeah, right? I haven't thought about Wildstar in forever. Am I... Clicked the wrong overlay. I was trying to figure out why everything looked weird. So we have all of our different classes. Hold on, let me move chat over here temporarily just so you guys can actually see that stuff. Okay, so we have, you can pick all of the different classes. And each class has its class skills. But the nice thing is for body types, they have, a neutral, a mask, and a femme. And what I like is, that's it. It's just which, do you want hyper femme, do you want neutral, or do you want mask? And what I like about the neutral is it also features chest binding. It has a bunch of different skin colors that actually look good. Unfortunately, it doesn't feature the paler skin on the palms, like, Loftia does, but still looks good. And then, you can have a ton of different hairstyles in every aesthetic. Mask, femme, whatever it is you're feeling. You can have a bunch of different facial hair of whatever kind you like. You can have a ton of different really unique hair colors, which I love. And then, you have a bunch of different eyebrows as well. Eye color can also be a bunch of different fantastical colors. And you can have any face shape you want. So you can have a femme face shape, a mask face shape, you can have big eyes, you can have, you know, eyes with big eyelashes, all that. It has a bunch of different lips that you can have as well. A bunch of different noses with all different shapes. And I like how it's really styled. Like, the style is really nice. And hold on, I think I'm forgetting something. Isn't there a voice option somewhere? Oh, no, right. I think the voice option might be tied to the body type. But one thing I really like is that they have a lot of stuff to just, like, share feedback and stuff like that. So, I was mainly leveling my rogue. I did a little bit of mage leveling in order to get the glamour for a specific item. But currently I'm working on leveling up my priest, because I want to get a little higher level to see if I prefer my priest. Okay, we're going to log into my priest, and then we're going to check where everything is on the screen so I can lay my stuff out. Okay, I think I am safe to have this over here. You're gonna go for a bit, you're not feeling... Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, of course. I hope you feel better, Magpie. Just me adjusting my stuff, don't mind me. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, no, I love the unlocked customization. It's awesome. Normally I feel like I have this closer to the corner. Am I just a little too big? Is that what's happening? Okay, that's probably fine. Let's see. Yeah, make a hyper-androgynous elf type of femme. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I love how they have that. They don't currently have other classes. I'm currently playing the neutral body type. And then I designed all my characters with the same aesthetic because I like the idea that, like, it's the same person, you know? I'm Rena on all of my characters. They also have a lot of fun stuff. Races. Obviously. They only have the one race, just your little human-y person. Whoops. So yeah, currently I'm playing on my priest. I have this water weapon I just got where I can create a healing totem, and then I blast people. Druid and Monk are the other two classes that they're working on. And I really like how the weapons are completely separate from the class skills. So basically you just pick the class that you want as your persistent skills, and you want, like, your weapon vibe to be. It's all PvE. I don't think it has PvP at all. They might add it later. Something else I like. I think there's gonna be a PvP zone later, but they're not gonna do, like, full world PvP or anything, which is why it's so cozy, I think. So I'm gonna go into the give feedback, and say I think it would be great if during character creation, voice was a separate selection option and not tied to body. Confirm. I probably misspelled something in there, but whatever. So yeah, right now I'm just working on leveling up. So one of the cool things is, so things about the game. It has mounts. Whoops, wrong button. It has different mounts you can get. It has a nice little collection thing where you can, like, find stuff that's dropped from things, secret areas, classes have different, you know, the different gliders. The collection's account-wide, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about, like, needing to share that. And that includes all items. Your appearance, your clothing can be freely selected. The stuff that's grayed out is the stuff that isn't for this class because I was getting it on my rogue. You can pretty freely select this as long as you have an item in the slot, it will show it. Currently, they don't have the ability to completely turn off a slot once you have an item in it, but I imagine that'll happen eventually. Let's see. What shoes do I want? That's kind of matchy. We'll go with that for now. You know, you can change it at will, which is nice. I actually need to go back into these. And I'll also explain some of the other systems that are nice. There is by default, the game gives you a stack of refillable healing potions and a teleport back to whichever one of these obelisks you've selected. There's also a really cool system called your Codex, where when you kill a certain amount of each type of enemy, you get experience. And this is where the majority of your experience for leveling goes. You do get experience just for, like, punching enemies, but it's not as much. So you can farm just by doing this. I'll often do this if I'm leveling up a weapon skill. But you also level up your weapons as well. And that's tied to your character. You can also get different levels of weapons. So, like, for example, I have these in blue, but they can also come in, you know, purple and etc., which makes them stronger. Purple, yellow, you know, all those good things. There's also some quests that you can do where they'll tell you to go do something and you do it. And the nice thing is, even if you miss the quest, if you auto-complete it, right? It's not like WoW where, like, the quest chain upon quest chain. It's just if you do a certain thing, the NPC will be like, oh, cool. And what I like is if you forget to talk to the NPC, they give you the same dialogue before you turn in the quest. So you never miss dialogue. if you didn't talk to them before you finished the quest. It just gives you the starter dialogue, and then instead of leaving, you can say, oh, I did the thing you asked me to do. I gotta kill my bees. So I think that's part of why it's so cozy. And yeah, I like how there's multiple leveling systems, but they're all part of the same thing. Because there's your character level, which unlocks your class skills. There's your weapon level, which lets you level up your weapon skills. And then you can have your main weapon, where you get all of the skills. And then you can have your arsenal weapon, where you can pick one of the abilities on a weapon to add to your current build. And then there's your gear, which gives you different stats. And, whoops. And you notice how some of these have multiple classes on them? That's because the stats are set up for both of those classes. And I just like that idea. So, like, for example, some weapons are class specific, and then most of them aren't, though. So, like, for example, this is a priest only because it's my starter weapon, but the one I'm currently using is mage priest, which means either a mage or a priest can use it. It's about, like, 50-50 on whether it's multi-class or not, and, like, what class it is kind of random. There's a lot of stuff that has themes, but what I like is it kind of means that, like, any class can play any role, because every class has at least, like, one weapon that shares with another class, you know? So, like, every class can do healing, for example. I'm not sure if they can all do tanking. So, like, I don't think you can do taunt skills without the warrior, but, like, you can still be very tanky, you know? So if you wanted to be super tanky and be, like, a heal tank, you could totally do that. You could be, like, a paladin, you know, priest instead. Or you could be, like, a healing mage. Or you could be, like, a self-healing rogue. Like, for example, the healing skill I have on my rogue, that's on the, I think it's my rogue mage weapon, or rogue priest weapon, I believe. When I deal damage, everyone in a certain distance around me, gets healed. Which is awesome. So... But yeah, it's cool. And all of your experience that you gain kind of goes to everything, which is nice. But yeah, I really like it. Like, the graphics are really pretty. And what I also like is that you don't need a high-end PC to be able for it to look nice, because they specifically went with, like, a simpler graphic system. Also, there is both dodging and blocking. Dodging is more when you need to get out of, like, an area AoE, and then blocking is when you actually want to block damage. I'm not very good at blocking yet. I'm still working on it. Like, you know, I might want to dodge to get out of one of those. And then if you perfect block, you either take less or no damage, depending. Generally, I stick to each area until... I like the giant bat, Furio. Welcome in, Magic 8 Ball. So yeah, currently I'm just kind of testing out my other classes, because I was wondering what a more healing thing would be like, and I had been kind of intrigued by the cosmic teleportation abilities of the mage, so I might test that out later as well. I just want to get a couple more weapons on my priest, because when you first start the game, like... you know, the vibe you're going for might be different than the weapons you end up getting, so. I do like, though, how all the mages, like, float when they're using their magic weapons, which is cool. Matcha, welcome in! I hope you're having a lovely time. Oh, Lil Trigger on YouTube, thank you so much for the subscription/follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you've been enjoying. I don't know if you're actually here or not, but... I hope you've been having a good time. I know you were pretty busy recently. We are currently playing Farever, which is a new early access MMO that is amazing. It's super cozy. It has really fun mechanics. It has a class system, but the class system doesn't actually determine your build. They're more like your extra skills. And then your weapons determine your build. And the weapons can be shared between classes and stuff, so it creates this really interesting dynamic. The leveling is also mostly based on, like, compendium completion instead of just farming enemies. So, like, let's see. Okay, I have maxed these out now. So that's the bigger amount of experience I would gain from being over here. There's also, like, little jumping puzzles and items to find and quests and stuff. One of the nice things about the collection is that all of your achievements are account-wide, so you don't need to do the achievements on, like, every character. You're about to fry some chicken wings, liver, and squirrel? Nice! Yeah, no, all of the monsters in this are super cool. Like, look at this slime. I'm glad your foraging went well, by the way. Are you doing like a karage style frying? Yee, exactly! Look at them! It's matcha. It's a matcha slime. They're so cute. Let me show you there's also this special creature type there's sparkly creatures, which are special. There's boss creatures, which are special. Oh, looks like the sparkly slime was killed recently. Let me get on my crab mount I got. And the nice thing is because I got this crab mount on my rogue, I now just have it on all of my characters. That's the boss slime over there. One of the boss slimes. Let me show you. Maybe the sparkly bee will be there if the sparkly slime isn't there. A bee there. Ha ha ha. A bee. I also like because it's really cozy and it's fun to just kind of... Oh, there's a sparkly slime. Look at him sparkle. Let's go look at the bee now. It's me! Me and Matcha hanging out. Like, there's the sparkly bee over there. So think, like, slow-paced, open-world exploration, collection, make-your-own-character vibe. The customization's also super open with neutral mask and femme body types. You can put beards and whatever hair color and face shape on everyone. You're just for breading today. Flour breading with tons of seasoning. The way your boyfriend, like, nice. He made a Placker's turkey tail before he got this squirrel. You're attempting to tan the hide this time. Ooh, good luck. If you want to share any of that in the show-off section of the Discord, I'd love, or just, like, DM me or whatever. I'd love to see that. That sounds super cool. Yeah, my rogue was my main, but I'm currently testing out the magic classes because I was curious what having more healing would be like. And then I also wanted to test my mage because I really like the teleporting and shit that the mage can do. What's also nice is you notice how these people joined me? So they can be affected by all of my heals and stuff, but we don't steal each other's kills. We all get credit for attacking something, which is cool. But yes, exactly. Yeah, it's not like a tagging system like WoW or whatever where, oh, you didn't do enough damage so you don't get credit. None of that shit. It's very like, if other people are around, doing stuff together is a good thing. And actually, I've gotten credit for just being near something when it was killed even, which is nice. Yeah, don't starve your boyfriend. Yeah, it's a very chill MMO. It's super cozy, both because of the aesthetic and the vibe. It also has a lot of stuff to work on. Like, as you can see, my weapon also has levels that counts for every weapon of this type on this character, which gives you extra bonuses, which is cool. So you also want to, like, level up all of your weapons, you know? So you can, you know, you level up your weapons, you level up your character, you complete your compendium, you collect items for your collection by equipping stuff on your different classes. I think these ones are laying on the floor because I can't use them on this. No, I think it's just bugged. You're totally free to adjust the appearance with the items you have. They don't have an option to hide items yet. No. Currently, there is no PvP. If they do add PvP, it'll just be like a specific PvP zone kind of thing. I personally am not a big fan of PvP. It's on the roadmap, but it's not going to be like open world or any of that shit. It's going to be, if you want a PvP, you go to the place for PvP kind of thing. Which is also nice. Because too many games are like, open world PvP. There might be like duels or something, I would imagine, but... Which, when I was on my mage, I saw a couple chests I missed on this character. Yeah, that's why I haven't gotten into Albion Online yet, because it's got like pseudo open world PvP where a lot of the zones are PvP. I'm curious about it, but I need to look into it a little bit more. So yeah, there's no open world. Yeah, it's loot drop PvP. That's what bothers me. Yes, it is on PC. Is Farever on anything else? I think Farever might be PC only right now. But I think they're planning on adding it to other stuff. I think they just want to finish... One of the cool things with the Farever devs is that they're focusing on the mechanics of the game and making sure everything works. And despite that, there's still a shit ton of content, even though they're like, this is in no way representative of the full game. Yeah, like, they finally have servers now and stuff, so I think they're planning on putting it on other stuff later. They just, you know, want to make sure the game actually functions. And, like, you can see here the difference between these two items, because the priest item has vitality, but my mage priest has faith and intellect. So yeah, I'm playing this on PC at full graphics, but just for funsies, this is low graphics. Still looks good. So yeah. Defo recommend. I've been really enjoying it. It's what I've actually been playing a lot recently off stream, but since I want to level my other characters, and I figured, you know, why not? Plus, I had another shitty sleep. Luckily, I'm a lot less tired than I was last time, but I guess my brain has decided that this week is the week of dreams, which means, fuck my sleep schedule, I guess. So I figured Farever would be nice, because I could just yap with you guys and just work on leveling my classes. I think I've mostly finished with this area because I've killed all the compendium creatures. I could go around and hunt for chests, because I think treasure chests also give you experience, and you can get loot out of them, but I can always go find those later. Oh, your laptop can unfortunately barely run a single web page right now. That sucks. Is it because it's old, or are you just having trouble with it? Yeah. Taito, thank you so much for the lurk. If you're lurking and listening, I hope you enjoy listening to me yap about Farever, which is a really fun, like, very cozy vibes MMO with a lot of different things to level and very open customization of both your character and class. With a lot of fun collectibles and shit. It's ancient. Okay. If you want to shoot me some info about your computer, in the Discord or in DM or whatever, maybe I can see if I can help you clean it up a little bit so you can do a little more with it. I mean, if it's ancient enough, there's not a whole lot we can do, but like, maybe I can help you with some of that if you and your BF aren't quite as knowledgeable. My spouse is super knowledgeable about that, so I have osmosed some of that info. Or if you ever want if you're looking into getting a new comp at some point, I can give you some tips to help. Ba-ba-ba. Crab. Where the heck are all the chests? Yeah, it's a pretty good idea to get all the chests you can find per zone, because I'm pretty sure they're all, like, level-based. But... And one other cool thing with the map is you can see that it's letting me know, like, hey, you haven't turned in this quest yet. There's a couple of major events in this area you haven't finished. It doesn't show you, like, every single chest, for example, but it does let you know, like, hey, there's a boss over here, or a puzzle, or whatever. Like, you missed a bigger thing. Osmosis... yeah. Only once you've, like... You have to have been near the area. And, like, you have to have triggered the obelisk to show off the entire area, you know? Oh, I forgot to turn that in. Osmosis Jones ruined that word, the osmosis word. Now you instantly go to that whenever you hear the word. Lol, that's funny. That makes sense, though. I get it. But yeah. I like that you don't have to party with people to do stuff. I feel like Osmosis Jones is the reason why we all know that word. Like, you can run all the dungeons solo, you can do everything solo, or you can do it in a party. And you can party up with people randomly. I like that you don't need to actually be in a party to, like, affect other people with your skills and stuff. So if there's just a random person, like, you guys can just start running around together and you'll get the benefit of all the skills and shit they're dropping near you, which is nice. Like, me and my spouse were playing and, like, a random priest started, like, was in the same area, so they just started kind of, like, we were all heading in the same direction, so they would, like, drop all their heals and shit on the ground for us. Okay, so this is clearly inside this somewhere. Crab! Oh no, Blue Fox! Are you okay? I know that you've got that arm thing going on. Is it your arm that's affecting you, or are the meds just not, like, working well with your stomach? Because if the meds are making you feel sick, you should probably call the hospital. Though nausea can be a side effect of a lot of meds, so... Hang on. I want to make sure I've equipped all the items so I get the glamour from them. Yeah, so like there's that chest. And I think there's a boss and a race down here somewhere. Wah! Also, look at this. Oh, a little bit laggy. They're still working on their servers, so. Like, look, a chest! I love that you can be in the water. There's also a section of the area where there's water enemies, too. I think I actually missed this on my rogue. I need to fucking go grab that with my main character, too. And yeah, no, it's super fun. There's a lot of exploration. I love it. And they're planning on adding more. Like, there's several underwater areas we can't access yet because they haven't implemented them. There's only like 3 or 4 zones, and they keep being like, we don't have most of the content in the game yet. And you're like, that's crazy considering how much is in there. Oh, you're yeah, that makes sense. I had to be, when my flare-up of my autoimmune disease first happened, I had to be on steroids too. Like, level cap, I think, is like they're working on getting the level cap up to 50 and it's at 20, and like that's all pre 1.0 stuff. Like, they don't have most of the crafting in the game yet, they don't have most of the areas, like, yeah, I'm sorry your steroids are making you feel bleh. Make sure to drink a lot of water and stuff. Yeah, steroids can really wipe you out. There's a really good amount of content in this. You could put like 50 plus hours into this. And depending on how slow you're going at it, it could be even more, too. Time to fight the boss. Did I make you want to throw? Ah! I'm sorry. Try taking tiny sips of water. I've noticed sometimes you can counteract the throw-up / nausea if you just do, like, tiny sips. Or try eating bread. You could also just hold the water in your mouth, too, because that'll help, like, permeate your mucous membrane. Bosses and sparkly things automatically fully mastery in your codex when you fight them, which is nice. The drops list in there isn't completely up to date yet. I only need 1 instead of 20 kills. I'm on, like, the last level of this. So, I think I'm gonna save this for my next weapon I get. You'll try. Okay, yeah. Try also eating maybe, like, tiny nibbles of bread and crackers, because I've noticed starchy things can help counteract that, too. But yeah, no, steroids really mess with you. I had to be on steroids for when my flare-up first started, because they suppress your immune system. So, some types, anyway. And yeah, they really wipe you out. So yeah, my recommendation is take sips of water and or hold it in your mouth. Yeah, steroids and pain pills, that's probably not a great combo. And then take little bites of, like, bread and crackers and shit. And you can just kind of, like, nibble on them and just sort of, like, take the most minuscule bites possible, you know? You're not hungry. You ate 2 hours ago. Okay. That's good. Not the literal path that I didn't see somehow. Like, I've already collected these on my rogue, and one of the interesting things is once you collect all of those on one character, you'll get the achievement, and then you don't need to collect them on other characters. But you can if you want to. Oh, there's the puzzle. There's also little races. The steroids making you super sad. Aw. I'm sorry, Blue Fox. And then I get some loot. Completed 10 activities. Well, hopefully watching Cozy Game and me exploding slimes with water will make you feel better. I should show you guys my other weapon I have on my rogue, because it's also really fun. Might go taking a nap. Yeah, that sounds good. Make sure just focus on taking care of yourself. If a nap helps, then do that. Yeah, just close your eyes and relax. So yeah, definitely recommend Farever. It can be, right, because it's in early access right now, occasionally it can be a bit laggy, because, like I said, they're still working on the servers. But, like, this feels like a full-fledged game, despite the fact that it is still very early in early access, and they have not finished, like, most of the stuff. This is the wrong obelisk, but that's fine. Gonna eat some of my bread. It's also fun because the fast travel is, like, carriage style. So you get to, like, see the world. This can also often help you find, like, chests and stuff you've missed on accident. Or give you a hint about new obelisks that you haven't gotten yet. There's also some areas that exist in the game, but we can't, like, go to them yet. Like, we can see them in the distance, but there's, like, invisible walls and teleportation. Because, like I said, they haven't finished them yet, so. What I like is that they wanted to get people into the game for the feedback. And I love that you can just go straight up here, hit feedback. You don't, and you can even say, like, I don't know if this is a bug or feedback. My in-game location is relevant, stuff like that. And they actually, like, listen to people, too. But yeah. I love that you can make multiple characters with the same name. So you don't have that problem that you have in some games where you have to be like Rena Rogue, Rena Mage. You can just be Rena, you know? And I like that you can make... I made all my characters look the same. I mentioned this earlier. Because that lets me kind of feel like they're all the same person. I'm just using like a different class, you know? I actually... Well, whatever, this is fine. So, this is my current weapon layout that I got from the Beehive. But previously, I was... I'm actually gonna buy 3 of these for my other characters and put them in my bank. I forgot to pull all this stuff out. Hold on. Okay. No, this stuff is staying. This is for my priest. These are for my other 2 characters. Let me pull out those weapons and sort my inventory. Plant, glittering stone, small fang. I just like having my stuff sorted. There's not like a particular reason it needs to be. This is just a preference thing. It bothers me if my inventory isn't sorted. Okay, so previously, this was my build, which I will show you guys because I think it's cool. I honestly really like this build, but it doesn't have any healing properties, so. I swapped to the other one just because I like the actual attacks, but I like the aesthetics of this one. So first I buff myself with Shark, and then I beat this guy up, and then I punch him into the sky and create a rainbow, which is just beautiful. Very aesthetic. Right now, I'm using this weapon because I really like the moves, and it has a built-in heal. So, my other one, I have a throwing star that I can do that with, and then I can do like a self, all my attacks will heal me, and then I can spin to win. And I have that specific throwing star this thing because it does a bunch of damage, and so when I proc the heal and then I use that ability, I just destroy things. Whoops. Bank. Gonna go put my weapons back. I'm keeping 1 copy of all of my best weapons and artifacts. That way, if I want to use them later, I can. Hang on. I want to make sure I equipped all of these for the glamour before I break them. When I was first playing, I went through the first couple areas and I sort of forgot to equip the items, so there were a couple of glamours I didn't get for the first, like, few drops of gear that I was getting, and I was like, oh, whoops. Alright, I'm gonna teleport my character back to the place that they're actually at, story-wise. And then... yeah, I will go back to my priest and my mage. Because I want to test out mage through, or priest through a couple different weapons before I swap to my mage. Because I kind of want to get the vibe of the classes, because I think I might be leaning in the magic direction, but we'll see. We will see. Let us kill Sparkly Slime again. This current weapon I'm using on my priest has a totem, and when I stand in the totem, it heals me, which is cool. And then I can, you know, create the giant wave. My priest skill lets me stun stuff, which is cool. I also have a, like, activating my prayers that I can refresh using certain cooldowns and stuff. Okay, so I think I've pretty much... Sparkly Slime? Yeah, it does, right? Okay, there's something over here called Where the Rain Never Stops. Have I talked to this guy yet? I have not. Cool. Okay, there is nothing behind that waterfall. So, I gotta turn in the quest to that guy now, because I totally forgot to do that. And I might have missed some chests and stuff, but I can always check those later. Now I can turn this into the... There's also, like, sometimes you'll find, like, bags, and if you put items in them, the shopkeeper will give you a bunch of money for them, which is fun. I'm not gonna fight you right now, Crab. I got better things to do. I can't use my mount if I'm already in combat. My mount doesn't go away when I enter combat, but I can't, like, reactivate it until combat is over. There's the sparkly fish, which I will show you guys because he cool. And I like that it kind of gives you a reason to keep fighting in an area by being like, hey, finish your compendium to get the most experience. But I like how you still get experience from enemies, it's just not as much experience. So there is still a reason to fight enemies, especially if you haven't, like, finished leveling up your weapons or whatever. Or, like, you know, you get items from them for crafting or whatever. I still need to figure out the timing of my blocking. I've never been good at blocking for some reason. I am out of combat. What? Oh no, this crab desires to eat me. He wants to pinch. Okay, now I'm out of combat. And you can upgrade your inventory by having bags, and you can get bigger bags, and you can craft them, or, you know, find some of them, and blah, blah, blah. You can catch critters to be your pets. That's why I bought bug nets for all of my characters, because I realized that I wouldn't be able to buy that till the second town. This way I can just put them on my guys. I forgot to talk to her to say that I finished this, which leveled me up. Oh, and I got a rune. You can also have runes to edit your stuff, which is cool. Ready a prayer. Yeah, so, like, completing the step that readies a prayer. Do I not have that final slot yet? Okay. When do I get that slot unlocked? Probably when I level up. I think I would rather have healing than shield to start with. Ah, there's a chest up there. And you can hear it sparkling as I fall through the gap because I didn't jump properly. Sparkling, taunting me. Gibloot. Okay, I can't wear those, so I'll have to send those to my rogue. I'll do that when I'm in town. Actually, I'll put those over here so I don't accidentally sell them. I just want to make sure I have all the glamours. Oh look, a whale. You can also harvest and mine stuff. If I mine this, I will light on fire. Watch. And now I have fire buff. I also got some ore. I think these are new crabs, actually. I don't think I have the stuff for these guys yet. Yep, I was right. They are new. Gets out, gets right back in. I need to block better. This is a movement speed. I don't know why I didn't just run this way. Yeah, see, like, perfect block, you take a lot less damage, or sometimes no damage. Except for those. You have to just get out of those. And then you can find these, which give you recipes for your classes. And you can get all the classes on all your characters, though obviously, unless there's a specific reason, it kind of makes sense to just focus it all on one character. Ah, that's because I've entered the new area. That's why it's all new stuff. I have to go to the obelisk to display the map. Oh, the cave with the stuff. This is where I got the crab mount that I have. It was down here. Or no, this is where I got the glider. And as you can see, it's still worth doing this because even though I already have the glider and thus cannot do that, I'm pretty sure I can sell it. And also it gave me 200 gold for opening that chest, which was cool. There is a way up. There it is. VantyX Twitch TV, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, welcome in. What were you guys doing over there? Let me give you a shout out. Vantix? Welcome in, Vantix. Hello, hello. I am currently playing Farever, which is an early access MMO with a surprisingly cozy vibe and a shit ton of customization. It also has a bunch of content despite the fact it's an early access and they're planning on adding so much more. Thank you so much. Yeah, stream is going good. I'm currently working on leveling my other characters. I hope, and as always, if any of you guys need to raid and run, especially you, Vantix, please do so. Take care of yourselves. Eat your food, drink your water, take your meds, go to sleep, do whatever it is you need to do. And I really appreciate you trusting your community to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're playing Farever, the new MMO. I am Rena. Hello. I am a shape-shifting deep sea slime who came up to make friends and definitely not for nefarious purposes. Hello, hello. I am a variety streamer, but I do tend to focus on cozy games, though I will play whatever catches my attention because Monster Hunter is a cozy game, right? Shifty Eyes? So yeah, today we're playing Farever because I've been wanting to level up my other classes. And it's pretty cozy and all that lovely stuff. So yeah, I also do art streams and I make all my own assets, except the ones that are obviously labeled otherwise because I want to support my fellow indies, so... Oh, you're currently playing as a level 20 priest on EU. That's awesome. Yeah, I was playing as a rogue. I'm currently working on leveling up my priest because I wanted to test the class out because I just kind of felt like I was missing some healing. My max is currently my level 15 rogue because I haven't gone into the new area. I think I'm in like I just hit the 3rd area, I think. So yes, currently I'm working on leveling up my priest because I want to see how it plays, and then I think I'm going to try out my mage because teleportation and cosmic magic seems neat. Have you been enjoying your priest? Do you have like a favorite weapon on it so far? But yeah, no, I've been loving it so much. I was telling everyone in the stream, I'm like, you should definitely play this for sure. It's an amazing class. Monram and Crab Shield. That's awesome. Feels like a proc pally. Sweet. I still hear the sparkle. I accidentally went the wrong way while trying to go to the next town. So I'm just gonna go back to the first town. Get my bug net. Oh, and turn in this quest that I apparently forgot to turn in. Nice. Give the package. Go to my bank. This is for me. This is also for me. This is also for me. So is this. This is for my rogue, for the glamour. Alright, and then we are going to trade. Gonna give him all of this crap. I don't remember if I put on these gloves for the glamour, so we're gonna double check. Whop! So cool, your own designs also finished the first stream as an affiliate! That's so fun! Yes, Yeah, I had a lot of fun making mine. I'm actually working on doing my VGen right now, so I can do emotes and assets for other people. I've got all of, Thank you so much for the follow, Vantix! Yeah, I had a lot of fun making it. It's actually given me a lot more inspiration to do all my own art again. I actually have a lot of different modes, like this is my, my non-opal heart mode. I haven't added the rainbow from the opal yet for my Halloween costume, but I've got my my ears and tail. I can be nothing, but I need to make something in the center. I have, you know, all my little accessories and my anger mode and my hold on. One of my bows, I have a rainbow, but I guess it's not activating. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It's really enjoyable. But yeah, I'm definitely, good luck with your emotes. I suppose if you like the design of mine, I'm not sure what your model is. My specialty would definitely be critters and animals, obviously. But if you wanted to hit me up, feel free to message me on my VGen or Discord or whatever. Do I have my VGen link anywhere? I'm Rena the Slime over there, so you'd be able to find me. I don't have a commission thing up yet, but I think you could DM me. I'm currently working on making the listing for people to ask me for emotes. I don't know what your price range is or if you're interested in my style. Toric, welcome in, welcome in! I'm bad at promoting myself. I don't know how to do it very well. But yeah, good luck on your emote hunt. There are some people that do some really cute ones. Mine, you'll think about it. So, right? I'm like, is it weird to be like, oh, I do emotes, I guess, if you wanted to ask. But yeah, there are a lot of people that do a lot. Like, for example, mine currently would all be, like, fully custom. So they would likely be a little more expensive than some of just, like, the your character here. If you're a person and you're if your model is human shaped and you're looking for something on the cheaper end, I would look for one of the your character here people. Right? Step one of promoting yourself, right? It's hard for me to be like, well, I've technically only made emotes of my slime, so I kind of don't know how to do anything else. But, like, I do. I do know how to do other stuff, right? You're like, stop being mean to yourself. You're like, come on, brain. Right? Exactly. Step 2. Let me know. I'm still on step 1. Actually finish your profiles with your portfolios and your commission, I think is step 2, Torek. Saw a short of someone saying you can't share your stream with friends. Just start if you can't. That's great. Yeah, funnily enough, I don't have a problem with telling people I stream. It's more like being like, hey, do you want to pay me for art is the part that gets me. My brain's just like, I don't know about this, guys. I had a really hard time figuring out the pricing and stuff. It looks like ads are going to be starting in a second, so I'm sorry if I lose you guys. I've already done all these quests on my rogue, which is why I'm not reading them. Normally, I read all the quests. Do you have different stuff in here? No, you don't. Okay. You started streaming a week ago. Yeah, it's so fun. I've been wanting to stream for literal years, but after I finally quit my job that was giving me like hella burnout and making it impossible for me to do like anything fun, I'd been like really thinking about it, especially because I was like really inspired by like how many friends and like people Iron Mouse was able to meet, and I have an autoimmune disease, so it's not quite the same as Iron Mouse's immune deficiency, but like vaguely similar vibes, you know? And so I'd been thinking about it even more, and my spouse was finally like, just do it then. Just start streaming. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I can just start streaming. Okay, so that was an extra copy. That's for my rogue to put on for glamour. I can sell those. I don't know if there's any point in learning the jobs on all my characters, so I'll wait. You've been caught by the ad, so you didn't see her? Okay. Let me know when you're back. Let me type that in the chat. Okay, let me know when you're back from ads. Whoops. I accidentally clicked on my redeems in my chat window. Haha. Tazi. Alright. I will kill things while we wait. I will engage in the punch. Hawa! Slap him with the clam. Ba-bam! I think that's actually the final skill point I need for my ghost clams. Which is why I haven't used any of my skill point increasers on them, because that seemed like kind of a waste. But when I get my next weapon, I'm gonna be able to slap it with like 3 whole levels of stuff. Shout out to your spouse for what encouraging, right? Yeah, no, my spouse is great. They're always very supportive, and they're the one who's like, go to sleep, stop staying up 80 million hours and reading, or like, just do the thing that you want to do, damn. I had a lot of fun. I spent like a week just making all of like everything for my stream, and then I just started streaming. I saw a bunch of people being like, I'm gonna promo for a month, and I'm like, I don't want to wait a month to debut. I'm just gonna frickin' start streaming, man. I also had a ton of fun making my model. It's not as obvious in this game because my mouse isn't free, but I had a ton of fun doing, like, the sheer amount of, like, movement and bounce, because a lot of PNG tubers I saw were very static, and I was like, especially since I'm a slime, I'm like, I can do so much with this. And so I've been slowly adjusting my rigging over time just to, like, get the full vibe. Also, I need to edit, why are my commands not working? Did my PNG tuber freeze or something? That's weird. Hold on. Time to go into the editor and figure out what the heck is going on. Oh! I hit numlock. I'm smart. I need to adjust the rigging of the shading on this version of the heart a little, I think, but it still looks good. Yee, exactly. I noticed that, like, amorphous blobs, I feel like, can really get the biggest benefit from being PNG tubers, I feel like. Because people are a little bit harder to... Ooh, that's a little high level for me. We're not gonna fight that guy. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm constantly adjusting my rigging to get, like, just the right vibe. I still need to go into the new version of PNG Tuber and, like, actually get myself set up. But I kind of turn into, like, biblically accurate slime currently because they changed what each of the squish levels means. So if I move my model in there, like, all of my layers just start hella glitching. So, I need to fix that first before I can use the new version. And this is why you always keep an old version of the program you're using for your rigging available, just in case they change the numbers. However, the new version has a lot more features. It was nice meeting you. Oh no, it's 1 a.m. so you need to sleep. Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Let me actually pull up your stuff as well so I can check you out after stream too. And have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out and chatting with me. I had a ton of fun. Why is something playing?
Because I had it
in the background. Oh, I see what's happening. It decided to play an ad on your stream. Thank you so much. I'm sure I will. I love hanging out with everyone because they're all so sweet, and Farever's very fun, but I appreciate it. You as well. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day and have an absolutely lovely sleep. No worries. I just forgot to make sure the preview was paused when I opened up your page to look at later. Stop smacking me. Leave me alone, you jerk. I need to learn to block better, man. I'm so bad at this. Seagoat, welcome in, welcome in. Ow, I'll give you a shout out when I finish getting punched by this boar. Oof. He's so mean to me. Ah! My block timing is so messed up. I think I glitched him, guys. I win. Alright. Hawah! This counts as a success, right? Bore to be alive, lol. Alright, let me give Seagoat a shout out. Seagoat is an absolutely lovely streamer who does a lot of game dev, pixel art, music creation. They have a great taste in music, so definitely go and check them out. Them and Taco Crepe are currently working on their new game, Confections and Conversations, also known as That Time I Got Reincarnated and Forced to Run a Cooking Shop in Order to Pay Off My Debt to the Mafia, or Forced to Marry the Handsome Young Boss. So yeah! It's a really fun game. They had a like 1 week version they made for a game jam, and they're currently working on like a full like gameplay. Learned some stuff about banning today. Oh no, what happened? And then, as always, Tico, thank you for the bits. It's so sweet that you do that for everyone. Seagoat actually started that trend a little bit of VTubers giving bits to their friends in the indie community, which is just so sweet. What even happened, though? Are you gonna spill the tea or just leave us in suspense? Why is my block timing so bad? You don't know if you're gonna spill the tea. It's a secret. And they're just gonna taunt us with the forbidden knowledge. Right? What have you been up to? Obsessing over my jiggle physics? It's not like that. Well, it kind of is, but not in the obvious application. Yeah, pretty much. Me constantly tweaking slight numbers on how much I bounce to get, like, the perfect amount of squishiness. Well, I'm constantly changing the type of bounce I'm using, too, and so on. But yeah, I really need to figure out how to get myself to look good in the newer versions of the program. Because the guy who's been doing PNG Tube Remix, you did learn that you can have shared band? Yeah! I knew about that, too. It's if you have, like, certain, like, bots and stuff, they can have shared band lists. Am I done with the skunks? I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm not. I still need more skunks. I did it! I did it again! Marvel at my blocking skill that I have magically suddenly done. Stop hitting me! I blocked too soon. From what, you can share with other streamers, so if one of you bans someone, the others. Oh, that's cool! Nikki Ad! Welcome in, welcome in! I am playing Farever, which is a surprisingly cozy MMO. It's currently in early access, but it is really cool. The classes and your weapons and stuff have separate skills. The character customization is super open, all that good stuff. Adjusting physics is just slime OCD. Exactly, exactly. Necklace. Eyeball. Gotta make room for this claw. Meat. I need to go get some more wings, actually. Right? It really is. I take it that you're into Farever as well? Unless I'm not recognizing your name somehow. Good. Yeah, no, I've been really enjoying it. Currently, my main is my rogue, but I am working on my priest because I want to see what having a more healing class is like, and then I think I'm going to check out my mage. Because my spouse has been really digging their warrior, and secondarily, I think their rogue. So... You're a healing mage? Nice. Yeah, originally I was a rogue. Originally I was using the water explosion DPS, but then I went to the healing by dealing damage version, so I'm kind of like a sustain rogue at the moment. But yeah, I wanted to look at and see what the two magic classes were like. Originally, I was going to play my priest, but then I got an item for my mage that I needed to level up to get the glamour for. So I leveled up my mage a little bit, and I was like, I do really like the cosmic magic vibe. Yeah, a vampire, essentially. A bug fur. Like an Alarin? Is that how you pronounce that creature's name? You know, the plant that sucks out your vitality? How dare you slap me? How can she slap? Whew. I'm getting better at the timing of these blocks, but I still haven't quite mastered it with all the freaking creatures yet. Is it a kind of succulent? I mean, kinda. And the plant type depends on the mythos, but yeah, I'm enjoying the ghost clam. Even if I don't use these as my main weapon, I'm definitely gonna be using the totem as an wow, words are not my friend. As a armory weapon. Did you notice what the passive does? I'll need to look. I don't remember off the top of my head. He die. Okay, we good. Let's check. Using the skill causes... Yeah, using a skill causes all your active totems to erupt. Yeah, it's unfortunate that you can't have 2 skills. I really hope that the arsenal... Ooh, I actually can't have my arsenal now. I wanted the heal ability. It's unfortunate you can't have multiple things in your arsenal. I hope they eventually give us that ability, because there does seem to be an extra weapon skill slot we can't use yet. So I would love to actually have the ability to have, like, either 2 separate arsenal weapons or a second skill from one arsenal weapon. Have I killed enough skunks? Yes, I have. Okay. I actually need to go back and kill some bees because I didn't realize I didn't have enough wings for that bag I have. Right? Yeah, I feel like having either 2 different skills, like, or... Actually, I should put that in as feedback just in case. Give feedback. I would love it if you could select 2 skills from one arsenal weapon, as well as having a second arsenal slot for another weapon. So you could pick between 1 skill from 2 weapons and 2 skills from 1 weapon. This would allow us to use passives that rely on skills and vice versa. I can't spell. Have I killed enough skunks? A perfectly normal question, right? Yeah, I've been super digging Farever, and I love how, like, kind of cozy it is, which is, like, a nice relaxing thing you can do. Give me your wings. That's honey. I will accept this. Do I have enough wings now? I do. Cool. Teleport back to the base. I'll swap to my rogue so I can show you my build, Nikki. Let me go to the main menu. Go to my rogue. I wish I didn't have to wear a hat, but such is life. I've already put in feedback for that, I think, that was like, hey, it'd be really cool if you could make slots invisible. Thank you. Okay, so this is my current weapon right now, where I'm using Thornlace and then Epion Star Blossom as my secondary. So currently, I have this attack, and then I can spin to win. And then I have my heal, and I like to pop my heal and then throw out my Thornlace, my Star Blossom attack, because that does a metric fuck ton of damage, which is really cool. And so I end up getting a huge heal chunk from the you heal based on the damage that you do. And then while I'm waiting for, and then, you know, I can also do my spin to win right after I pop that out. My previous build, which was my purely damage build, was this, where I would buff myself with my shark, and then I'd beat stuff up, and then I'd punch it into the sky with a rainbow, just because I liked the vibe. Oh, whoops. Gotta swap my weapons back. I like the water aesthetic, too. I kinda wish... What is this for? Bank. Put my weapons back. Not as rare as legendary item. Technically, you can make slots invisible. Oh, the visible... There is an invisibility item. That's cool. It's very rare. Okay. Is there, like, a specific place it drops from? I'm just making sure I've got the glamours. Because when I was going through the first area, I accidentally broke a bunch of the items I found. Instead of actually, like, doing stuff with them, which was my bad. Technically, they look like test items that weren't removed from the loot pool. Interesting. You found one in a random chest? That's kind of cool. I wonder if that was a bug or not. So yeah, that was the build over there. I'm really liking, like, the floating book, as well as the, I like the, like, cosmic magic teleport thing the mage has going on, like, just from an aesthetic perspective. But I want to get at least one more weapon for my priest before I swap to my mage, because I feel like just having the 2 weapons isn't really gonna give me, like, the full vibe. I am so smart. I forgot to activate the obelisk in Prime Valley. Or I am very smart. But yeah, I love how their feedback is, like, right there in the game, and it's super easy to use. Mage is very silly with the ghost clam. That's cool. Yeah, mage is gonna be what I test after this. Oh. As long as you keep your rotation on point, you get to chain cast on the totem's cooldown. It allows you to constantly have 2 totems. That's cool. That's good to know. I didn't ever forget to do this on my rogue, but I think it's because I was playing on my rogue for so long that my brain isn't reminding me that, like, hey, you haven't unlocked this stuff on this character yet, fam. Okay, here we go. I do want to know the name of the test item you found. Now the music's kind of quiet. Maybe it's because there's no music right now. Did I talk to everyone? I think I did. Bag Z2UA as was cloak stature. Yeah, that makes sense. That's funny. Did you let them know that that existed when you found it? Using the feedback / bug. Send the bug report! Send the bug report. Help them make the game better. Okay, how am I getting up there? Just send the bug report, like, right before they wipe the server. I don't think... Ah, it is right here. You just have the bug report of the claw first CD not proccing, which allows you to spam the one move. This is like the same item I'm wearing, but better. That allows you to get 10 stacks of the uppercut almost instantly. That is bonkers. Yeah, I let them know, for example, that like the loot drop lists in the codex aren't actually accurate and are missing like not only the rare items, but also like some of the basic ass items too. Oh no, an ambush. Whatever shall I do? My clones have come to ambush me. But yeah, I'm trying to put on every piece of equipment I find at least once just to double check that I got the glamour. Is it the flower that is singing to me? No, it's distinctly something over here. Right? Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Bop, bop, bop. Time to fight the sparkle. Fight the crab. Dodge! Bye! Right, attack the weak point. A hit get massive damage. What's his weak point? I don't know! Oh, don't really need to heal, but this does deal damage, so might as well. Awa! Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your sword. Whoop. Awa! Oh, that didn't kill him. Sometimes the drops from the crustaceans are like vaguely sad. Like you'll fight this like big sparkly boss and he drops like nothing and you're like, oh, okay. You're gonna sing that song next time you make the guards in Skyrim mad at me, right? Exactly, Matcha. Let me actually put that in feedback. When you kill a boss or sparkling enemy and they drop nothing, it's kind of disappointing. Favorite example of dealing critical damage to a giant crab was in the Sentai show where the warrior jumped on top of it, started playing his head like a bongo. All the other warriors jumped in at their laser instruments. The crab exploded at the song's conclusion. That's amazing. Right? Wild. I love it when pets or enemies get stuck on one of these bouncing things and you just like see them just like showing up. Seagoat be dancing. It was a live action limit break if there ever was one, right? That is a live action limit break if there ever was one. DM or the tea after. Awesome. Sounds good. Yes! The tea! Okay. Gonna go and desynth this gear. That I've already put on. I think the thing I want next is these sap slimes. Awa! A skunk. Maybe I'll try doing the dungeon, because that's got a pretty good chance of giving me a weapon. I'll probably fail, but like, why not try? Why not try it alone? Why not try it alone? It's mine after all. Should send feedback about making it harder not to leave your party behind. Yeah, no, like that. Yes, I will also send that feedback as well. Give feedback. It is way too easy to accidentally leave your party behind when going into a dungeon, and once the instance is made, you can't join them, so you both have to leave and start over. At least a pop-up warning that you're leaving your party would be cool. Confirm. Because, yeah, that actually happened to me and my spouse at one point. Perfect block. That did nothing for me. A barrel. Looks like gold might be shared with all of your characters. That's nice. We're doing the same dungeon right now? That's awesome. We're spiritually sharing the... We're spiritually doing the dungeon together. Why he throw that stinky cheese? How dare? How dare he, stinky cheese? Whoa, that stinky cheese is murdering my ass. That stinky cheese is strong. Yes, I do want to know your build. You can watch more now. The chicken's no longer in the deep fryer. Ooh, that's fun. How did it turn out? You're using ghost clams and the Book of Mimizin. Is that a priest mage? It's frying now? Nice. What does squirrel taste like? Also, what does liver taste like? Just purely out of curiosity. Then I ran from the spinning rats. I ran so far away. I've already gotten these on my other character, but like, if you see the sparkle, you have to pick up the sparkle, right? It's just required. I managed the perfect block this time. Book of Mizzen is an aqua tome. It spawns a bunch of bubbles that act as buffing consumables when you walk over them. That's interesting. I can turn these into Naya's. They give a tiny shield and health per bubble. That's cute. That's fun. Let's see. Liver is an acquired taste. You learned that your mom is German, so you grew up with it. Let me jump over here. Vitamins and minerals liver are good for menstrual cycle, high in iron. Squirrel is like if chicken had a nutty undertone. Interesting. Cool. Does it have kind of like a metallic-y taste? What happened? What have I done? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? It's 2, which you can't use without the first move, gathers the bubbles and launches them. Interesting, interesting. Liver, kinda, but chicken liver, not so much. Okay. My loot drop. It came back to me. Okay. Interesting. Today I learned. Yeah, there's so many skills that would be like, if I could just have the passive for this. Ah, whack! Charging up my prayers. All right. Here we go. Howa! Another one. Howa! Whoa, you're halfway there. Whoa, charging up a prayer. Nice. It's finally, its passive heals. You're on the shield gain. You miss. Ah, the bubbles only give you a shield. However, they do boost movement. Okay. My block timing was off. I don't want to get hit by the cheese again. Another one bites the dust. Cheese dust. Bam, bam, bam. Another cheese bites the dust. And another one down, and another one down. Another cheese bites the dust. Yes, I will moisten after I kill these guys, Matcha. Thank you. I will the moisten. After I pick up my loot. I will also adjust the goo, thank you. I will also eat some of my bread. That is just sitting on my desk. Okay. I am adjusted. I do need more water though for the bread. Nauticons! Welcome in, welcome in! How are you doing? I'm doing well. I had another, like, not very great sleep last night, but, I'm not super tired right now, so that's good. We're playing Farever, which is a new MMO. It's in early access, but it's, like, super good. Ow. It's got like a hella customization, like your character can have like, any character can have any details, class and weapon skills are separate, there's crossover in gear and weapons. 'Tis cool. Anything interesting going on in your neck of the woods? How dare you taunt me with cosmic ray beams that I can't do myself because I'm not a mage. How dare! Excuse me. Excuse the slime. Currently I'm playing on my priest, so I have the ability to, basically pray, to create different effects. My rogue has, like, stabby stealth abilities where I can create, like, smoke bombs and teleport and stuff like that. I can, you know, jump at enemies to stun them. I can make smoke bombs to do, you know, damage, throw knives. Priest has a lot of healing abilities, like, doing a prayer that pops out buffs, stunning enemies. Mage has, like, cosmic magic, like teleportation, and, like cosmic beams and shit. Warrior, I think Warrior might have, like, taunt skills and stuff. I haven't played my Warrior yet, so I'm not 100%. You're graduating in 4 days! That's awesome! Oh my god! And then weapons all have different types of skills. So, like, you might have one weapon that, is a ranged weapon where you, like, throw, like, shurikens at people. And then you might have another weapon that, gives you a buff that lets you heal whenever you deal damage. That's awesome! Grats on your soon-to-be graduation, Nauticons! I'm so fucking excited for you. Do you want to share what you're getting a degree in, or is that private? Either way, fucking congrats. That's awesome. I'm so excited. You'd like to keep it personal? That's totally fine. I'm really excited for you. Either way, fucking congrats on your degree. Yeah, none of you guys are ever required to share information you do not want to share, and you are free to share information that you do want to share. I want everyone to be comfy. Be comfy. Yeah, I want to get another weapon to test out on my priest so I can kind of get the idea of like how the other priest weapons would operate before I swap to my mage, which is why I'm running this dungeon, because dungeons have a higher chance of giving me weapons. Yeah, of course. And, like, if you guys ever want to tell me something, but you don't want everyone on stream to know, you can always, like, DM me in, like, Discord or, like, whatever social platform, you know? Like, I will not share things that you guys do not, like, give me permission to share, you know? Because I know sometimes people want to talk to me about stuff, but they don't want it to be, like, public, so that's why my DMs are open. If I did not want y'all talking to me privately, I would not have open DMs. Bang! Bada bang, bada boom! Do you have a job lined up afterwards, or was this like prep for the job? Oh, they both want to throw cheese at me, the jerks. Okay, I got the block timed. Oh, whoop. I'm gonna want to do that to run away from the fucking cheese. Perfect block. I don't remember if I've sent a feedback on this yet. You don't really know what you're gonna do, a bit conflicted. Yeah. Makes sense. Feedback. It would be cool if blocking stopped attack animations as it currently doesn't break attacks, meaning it's hard to block with the right timing often. Yeah, figuring out what you want to do can be really difficult. Like, I originally thought I wanted to be an artist, and then I was like, actually, that might not be fun, so I'm gonna do something else and then do art for fun. But now I'm kind of going back into that, but instead of it being with, like, a company, I'm gonna be doing, like, comms. But I also still do the other stuff. I'm an accountant / bookkeeper. I'm an accountant with a focus on bookkeeping. So, like, sometimes it's just kind of a mix. I guess maybe just, like, check what's in your area and just try things out. Alright. Time to kill Reblachunk. Yee. Because, like, yeah, like, my degree is in game art and animation, for example, because I was originally planning on going into game design. Like, concept art and stuff. But, as I was getting the degree, I realized that I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to work in the field, because I was like, okay, thinking to myself, like, imagine I make this absolutely amazing character that I love, and then they're like, oh, actually, could you make them sexier and their boobs bigger, or, like, whatever, and I'm like, that would be annoying as shit, to, like, constantly have to just be, like, tweaking what you think is like an amazing, perfect design for someone else and having to worry about like not being able to own your own work and, you know, all that weird shit, right? Oh, you doodle on the job? It's not yours. You know, just weird stuff. So, I had been helping my mom with her CPA firm as a bookkeeper, so I was like, you know what? I'm good at this. I might as well just like keep doing it, and then I can do art for fun. You got burnt out doing commissions, so now you draw what you want. You're drawing more traditional since your laptop is a brick. Yeah. It's too bad Oikakai websites like Neon Dragon Art aren't really a thing anymore. But I guess there are free art programs. I just feel like a browser would be a lot easier for your computer to handle. In case you don't want to be a bookkeeper anymore, you can just sell them and become a bookseller! No, I will keep the books forever. The books shall be mine. The cheese! No, the cheese! The stinky cheese! What a monster. I don't know if I'm gonna make this, guys. Chat, I think I'm cooked. Recently had buy a new bookshelf because you're bookworms. Yeah. Okay, so the problem is I didn't sort my cheese properly. Also, yes, good morning, Google Rakasu. Welcome in, welcome in. I need to handle the cheese better. I need to keep the cheese, like, kind of in the corner, in the same spot, so I don't, like, get absolutely destroyed by the cheese. Because this cheese deals hella damage. It is insane. Get out of the cheese! I think if I keep it in the corner, my cheese will be more contained, and then I won't just get absolutely destroyed, like, halfway through the boss fight. Nope. Oh, is it Memorial Day? That cheese is too strong. I should not stand in it, like, at all. Okay, we're gonna put the cheese in the corner. Put the cheese in the corner. Cheese scoop. Get out of here. Ah, move! Ah, stop throwing the cheese, you monster. I don't want it. I don't want the stinky cheese. Okay. Now I actually have room to run from the cheese, now that I've organized the cheese a little better. Whoops, I fucked that one up. I fucked up! I fucked up the cheese! I fucked up my block, too! Put the stinky cheese in the corner. He died! I did it! Let's see. Just woke up. Time to go to work at 3 in the morning. Ooh. I hope your work goes smooth. That sounds crazy. No, I don't want to leave my loot. Thank you. That's rough. Can't imagine. Yeah, I also hope your day goes well. Let's go! I got a cheese stick, I think? Flame of Argol. Burning since before the War of the 400, this candle is widely regarded as the living soul of the legendary Argol Khanda. Okay. Deals magic damage. All your enemies simultaneously burst some heat. That's... all my flames. Okay. Conjures a heat zone. Receive a flamey. You are permanently followed by a flamey. All your flamies burst. Okay. Cool. And I want my totem. Let's go! Look, a flamey. Oh, it's got little cat ears. That's cute. A flamey. This is my pet. My pet explodes. Or like, my pet explodes. Alright. Rainbow mode to celebrate Nauticon's graduation soon. Hey! I did it. Oh, I got a rune. What does this one do? Judgment increases your movement speed. Interesting. Can I actually use this yet? Nope. It does that sometimes. Yep. Exploding pet. Okay. Give package. Bank. How do I want to sort these? Maybe like this? Yeah, that's fine. And then these items are getting junked. Time to go level up this weapon. Let's see. So we have all my flamies explode. Conquers a heat zone. Allies within the zone get a flamey. Does this cause a flamey? No, okay. Ah, and the flamey heals me. That's nice. Where's my flamey? He got left behind. And this is just a priest-only weapon. Okay. I wonder if the... Oh, right. My books. Flamey heals more and reduces magic damage. Nice. Extends the duration of your temporary flamies. Cool. Increases your magic mastery by 2% for each flamey. Cool. I should do the flamey after I do the explosion. Or I should do the explosion after I summon the temporary flamey. My flamey came back. Okay. So we're gonna kill some sap slimes, and I also need to go and kill some crab. Oh, and then there's the puzzle. Welcome back from the ads, everyone. As always, thank you so much for sitting through the ads. It really helps support me and the channel. I really appreciate it. If you didn't watch the ads and were subscribed, thank you as well. That also helps support me, and I appreciate it. I'm glad y'all are enjoying watching me play Farever and yapping. That is Rogue Mage, so that stuff's gonna go in my storage. And then the flame, flamey. Yes. I need to make like a Mega Man slime or something that like explodes everyone. I think that would be funny. I could also do a boom slime from Slime Rancher. I wonder if it's possible to make it random. Like pick one of these random images. I could do a boom slime in a Mega Man hat for like the ultimate reference. What do you guys think? Boom slime in a Mega Man hat? That explodes as the bomb. Ooh, a sparkling sparkle. Explosion! Don't have to wait to be clustered together to blow up everyone. Right. Yeah, then you would just be like, I'm gonna use this explosion just because it's fun. Because I want to summon Megumin. That's a good idea. And then I drew a bomb slime in a Mega Man hat. What have I done? When does a ripple become an explosion? A golem. We're going up, up, up with this golem. You know together we're exploding. Gonna be exploding. Whoops. I get why this is a priest-only weapon, but I am vaguely disappointed. Is the hat out of slime too, or is it an accessory piece? I'll probably make the Mega Man hat for the bomb slime an actual Mega Man hat. But it would be funny to have slime-colored, like to have slime-style hats and stuff. Hold on. Is the healing considered a skill? Does that prayer just auto-refresh? Yeah! The Lumi is considered a skill, so that prayer just never stops existing. That's crazy. Bonkers. Is that supposed to be a thing? Give feedback. I don't know. Is the Lumi from the Flame of Argol? Or the Flamey, not the Lumi. Give feedback. I don't know. Is the Flamey from the Flame of Argol supposed to count as a constant skill for refreshing the prayer? Right now, the healing prayer never turns off if you use that weapon due to the flamey healing you. Every time I hear about a slime in a hat, can't help but visualize the slime from the D&D campaign I'm watching. Ooh, is it just like that's just a cute little slime in a hat? Hang on. Where have I gone? I wanted to do the puzzle, but I forgot to hit. Oh no, wait, I could just hit N. I did hit the puzzle. I did the smart thing. I gotta kill some more sap slimes, I think. Yeah. Looks more like a plasmoid than a cute slime, but he plays a slime that was born the first day of the campaign. Oh, that's cute. Cute. Okay, new Flame of Argyle point. I've max leveled up my Flamey already. Temporary Flamies wielders combo points cast Hot, Hot, Hot. Cool. You're up and feeling much better. The 4-hour nap helped. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Blue Fox. I will moisten, thank you. I will moisten again. I will make sure I'm not slouching. Thank you. I've been Tamagotchi'd. Self-care a bit rough. Make sure to take it, yeah. Yes, I do try. One of the good things, I guess, about streaming is that it reminds me to drink water because I notice my mouth is dry more often because I'm yapping. The flamey. Shrimpage mode deactivated, exactly. Give feedback. I think you might want a toggle that allows people to turn off sound effects like the Flamey's healing without turning off the rest of the sounds, as that could annoy people since it goes off constantly. Right? Exactly. Thank you for reminding us we need to drink the water. I need to drink more water, actually. Yes, everyone, self-care yourself. That's a lot of sparklies. I almost left without my loot. Like some kind of savage. Do 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 do. We're going up, 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 it's our moment. Look at this sparkly treasure chest. Listen to the sparkly treasure chest. Let's see. Rogue. A bag to sell. Gonna go back to the Gonna go drink more water yourself? That sounds good. Good. Okay, we gotta kill 2 more slime. Yes, it is a very musical stream tonight. Apparently my brain is like, we be singing. We be singing. So we be singing. I'm not sure if I told you. You found the lore reason your slime can be opaque with white bone dust. That's awesome. That's good. 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 Mwahahaha. We jump in. You know, I have a mount. I will admit that does mess me up right here. I whoop. It's a jumping puzzle. What was making that noise? No! I appreciate that the jumping puzzle has checkpoints. So you can just teleport. That's why I've just been popping up to these. And then once you finish the jumping puzzle, you can use that initial thing to teleport to the top of the area, so you don't have to do the jumping puzzle every time you want to climb up. No, seriously, what is making that noise? That's awesome. I think you might have told me about the bone dust, but I'm still excited. Gonna be bone dust. Gonna be bone dust. A calandle. Yeah, I like how forgiving the jumping puzzles are. And a lot of them aren't like, you have to jump onto this fast-moving platform. It's like, nah, you just wait. Watch the platforms. Bruh, you need to be healed. I'm gonna go fight this boss. Ah, no! No! Ah! Flamey saved my ass there. Ah! Help, I'm so bad at blocking. I think the server's a little glitchy. I got a block this time. This is a speed tunnel that I can use to be faster, which is good for dodging stuff. Or getting back to the boss if I accidentally fuck up my block. Yay! Smeagol Golem, or Smeagolem. We did it. Decide to be a wild magic barbarian with hints of monks in your next campaign. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. You thought you could trick me, sir? No, I just fought your... Did golems have parents? Older brother? I just fought the bigger version of you. And yet I still can't block. Okay, some of it is that the attack won't get canceled by the block. Like, I don't need the attack to still go through. I'm not trying to animation cancel. I just want my attack to, like, not happen if I try to block. Rage against the chaos in your blood. Exactly. Rage against the chaos in your blood. There you go. Gotta go fast, boy! Fast as fuck, boy! I've actually been looking at magic users recently, because normally I like to play a stabby stab. You know, I don't actually usually play, like, warrior, like, just straight, like, combat-focused types. Maybe I should try to do something like that for a campaign in the future. I think I like rogue because it's stabby stab, and I like magic-based stuff because it's magic. So, like, just regular-ass combat classes, I'm just kind of like, eh. At least in this game, like, everything is fancy-looking. Even the stuff that's just, you know, regular-ass shit. A sparkle. Nice. Let's look at my appearance, actually, because I got that cool belt. Kind of like this. And then for pants... Maybe I will stick with these pants, but I think I'll change my gloves. Welcome back, Nikki! You've been considering playing a bard / sorcerer with an NPC. Okay, that's fun. The term golem's a bit misleading since they usually remain in one place. They should be stalems. Lol. In 5e, you want to play a barbarian who runs on fear. That's really interesting, actually. Otherwise, just that's actually a really interesting idea, Torek. I love that. You got pulled aside to watch a funny YouTube shorts with your PFF. I mean, that's important, Nikki. I can see why. Well, and for reference, if anyone ever wants to see a part of the stream that they missed, all of my, I multi-stream to both YouTube and Twitch, so all of my VODs, like, automatically go over there, so you don't have to worry about missing anything. You can just mosey over to YouTube and watch the VOD. You hope Farever's fun. It also looks like it. Yes, it is online. Farever is an MMO. It's currently in early access, but it's already really great. There's currently no PvP. The only PvP is going to be in an entirely separate zone just for PvP. It's designed to be like a super casual, like, pseudo-social thing, because, for example, unlike in a lot of games, you don't need to be in a party for your positive buffs to affect people, which is cool. So, like, other people who are just around can benefit from stuff that you're doing. It's also good for, as, like, actual co-op, because if you're near an enemy or you're attacking it, everyone gets credit for the kill. You don't have to, like, fight people for enemies or anything like that, like in some games. It's also very cozy. And it's super customizable. You have masculine, feminine, and neutral bodies. Every single feature can be on every character. It has good skin tones, though it is missing the lighter palms on the darker skin tones. But I feel like with the more cartoony style, it doesn't actually look like it's missing anything. What hit me? I might need to reload the game. I think it's being a little laggy because of server issues. Arena the attacks. Now you need to get your other friend to get his purple weapon of choice. Nice. What's his weapon of choice? What is he playing? You were in ranges. Sounds like a healthy... Yeah, I'm really hoping it will be. It's really good. It honestly deserves any hype that it gets. It's very fun. And the devs clearly care about making the game good, because they keep being like, this is not all the content in the game. This is just the basic stuff that we need to be able to make sure everything is working. And then we're gonna, like, slowly work on adding the new stuff later to make sure that, like, everything is actually good. Yeah, they're still working on their server structure as well, so sometimes things can get a little laggy, but they have finally gotten their servers set up, so... But once again, it's an early access game. We're here to help them make sure the game is good. I've already bought the Founders Pack because that's how much I think this game is awesome. I'll show you guys what the Founders Pack rewards are, other than, you know, being able to play the early access of the game. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. All games have to start somewhere. Something called the Toothpick? What class is that weapon for? Game dev that actually cares about their game being fun, right? I think that's why they have, like, a really cool system where, like, class skills and weapon skills aren't the same, and you can name your characters the same name, and, you know. They have a lot of collection stuff, and puzzles, and loot. He's a priest. Nice. Priest duo. Do I need more golems? I do. I need golem and sparkle. I feel like this game could be a game that you see in an anime at some point. Sounds like an anime game. That's funny. Yeah, it's not quite to the point of, like, some of those crazy anime games, but it definitely has the vibe of, like, it's not, yeah, it's, I like how customizable it is, but it still has, like, a vibe to things. And I like how the classes are just, these are your persistent skills and the types of stuff you can do. I like that there are shared weapon types and stuff. Yeah. It doesn't have the fantastical elements that those anime MMOs always have, where they'll be like, the game has one class that only one person can get, and all of the AI are literally people, and it randomly, you know, generates skills for you, and like, none of that shit. But yeah, no, for early access, this really doesn't feel, like, until you hit, like, a lag spike, this really doesn't feel like, or look at the crafting table, this does not feel like an early access game. Cool. Feedback. I don't know. I'm assuming you'll be adding more recipes later, but I'd love to see the crafting get expanded to more items. Yeah, too many people were trying to play this game. Yeah, the servers crashed hard for several days when it first came out, which is why they've been working on the servers. Yeah, no one realized it was because there were too many people. I think the reviews are fixing themselves now, though. Because they fixed it pretty quickly. A lot of people like to just leave a negative review, though, and then they never go back and fix it when the problem is fixed. You may have to leave early if you have to call for grandma. Yeah, that makes sense. No worries about it. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope that you feel better. I know that you got all that shit going on. I hope your appointment for your license goes well, too. Yeah, I'm just preemptively saying. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Alright, okay, after this I'm gonna go back to the main menu and relog. A skill point. Ooh, adjusting how I'm sitting. Feel like this game could influence. I hope so. Because I really like that while the classes do have, like, a specific vibe, they're not locked in, you know? Honestly, I had the worst server issues from, it sounds, from AA games. Like, yeah, like Anthem when it was released. I'm never not going to be salty about them shit-canning Anthem. Especially because they just, like, everything that happened with that game, it did not deserve that. So, I was actually playing Anthem back in the, like, back when it was, like, first came out, right? And when it first came out, they had promised us, oh, we're gonna be releasing constant content updates with a bunch of story. We're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be getting, like, content, like, every couple months, blah, 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 right? And then, all of a sudden, their entire roadmap disappeared, and they dropped a limited time event that lasted like a week, and most people missed it, and was a continuation of part of the story. And then they went, oh, our bad, we'll redo everything about the game. And then they kept stringing us along about that. And then they just stopped updating the game forever. And never even finished, like, the actual game. And then eventually, when, the, Stop Killing Games initiative started getting popular, they shit-canned the game. And, like, it's really annoying to me, because they literally lied every step of the process. And it was like, I don't know, maybe if you'd actually delivered on literally anything you were promising, you would have had a more popular game? Like, people were mad because you kept saying, I'll give you X, and then you wouldn't even give, like, X minus 2. Like... Also, the mechanics were amazing, and I really hope that someone else picks that up. There are some people that are hoping they can recreate Anthem, so I really hope that could be done. Also, the story was good, barring the, why does the protagonist always have to do the stupidest thing humanly fucking possible? Strong alone, stronger together, man. I love the music in Anthem, too. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, No Man's Sky redeemed. Yeah. And, like, the worst part is they kept saying they would. And, like, when the game first dropped, they initially had, like, this huge-ass roadmap, okay, that was going on for, like, months. Like, we're gonna drop out little bits of story, blah, blah, blah. And then they deleted the roadmap, dropped a single event that was temporary that, like I said, lasted somewhere between a week and a month that they didn't tell anyone they were dropping, and went, that's all the content we promised we would drop, and people like me, who remembered seeing that roadmap, were like, no, it's not, this is not at all what you said you were gonna give us. What the fuck? Especially because most of us missed it, because they were taking fucking forever to release their content, because for like 6 months to a year, they kept promising that like the new content would come out, and then they wouldn't drop it, and they would push it out again. Dev shoving the updates for free to this day, yeah. Making people want to pay DLC and stuff, yeah. And so eventually they just gave up, dropped that limited event, and then, they apologized for that, and then they started going, oh, we know that there are other problems with the game, blah, 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 because we're not dropping any fucking updates. So we're just gonna completely retool every part of the mechanics of the game. Like, except the flying, obviously, but, like, the way skills and characters and stuff work. And then they strung us along on that for, like, 6 months to a year plus. And then finally they went, just kidding, we're doing nothing, the game is dead. Like, we'll leave it up and let you keep buying stuff, but that's it. And then, right when the Start Killing Games initiative started getting big, they went, hey, we're closing the servers in 6 months. And everyone was like, you're fucking what? Why? Yeah, the roadmap disappeared. Exactly, that's literally what it was. Because they had, like, this whole-ass roadmap with a bunch of, like, keep waiting for this, and then there's like 5 more updates after that, and they had like little little teaser things, and then that just vanished one day, and they claimed that like the 1 month temporary update that was like half of a story beat was the only thing they were ever going to release. And I was like, my fucking ass, I remember constantly checking your website. I was so confused when I checked the website for the update and saw the entire fucking roadmap was gone, and found out that they had dropped a month-long limited event that they didn't warn anyone about. I was like, are you serious? Is this really how you did this? That's so stupid. I'm pretty sure, like, ironically, Anthem actually ended up becoming another clarion call for the Stop Killing Games people. I think they were afraid that they would, like, have issues with Anthem, and so they destroyed it before Stop Killing Games could get off the ground, but ironically, that just gave Stop Killing Games another example of a game where they had people pay for things that those people can't access anymore, you know? Because the timing was too coincidental. Literally, Stop Killing Games becomes mainstream, and then they announce that they're shuttering Anthem. Like, there's no way that was a coincidence, yeah? Can you sprill? What do you want? What do you want to spill? Are you going to spill the tea? Gotta get my sparkles. Well, like, even fucking Wayfinder, that had a different company fuck them over, went out of their way to turn their online game into a single-player / co-op experience, so that even though they couldn't, like, continue producing the game as a, like, continuous thing, they still did that. Though I wish they had kept the Battle Pass system the way it was. I thought it was good. Krafton lost the lawsuit to the for the Subnautica to the OG devs and founder when they did they were going to pre-release the game, breaking the court order of not having control of it. But it seems like it didn't happen that way. Later, the OG devs permission to threaten the court. Yeah. So basically, Krafton, which was publishing the Subnautica game, they were trying to find ways not to pay out the bonuses that they were supposed to pay out, and the government, and when that went to court, they were basically like, yeah, the Subnautica devs are right. In fact, we're going to give them even more time to get, you know, to release the game and get pre-orders and stuff to get the money that you owe them, because you screwed them over and they finished it like you said they should have, so you owe these people their bonuses. Fuck you. So if you've been thinking about getting Subnautica, I recommend that you get Subnautica 2, because then you can say, fuck you, Krafton, it had even more sales in the early period, give them more bonuses. Yeah. Right, the funniest part is the Krafton CEO asking ChatGPT how he can not give out those bonuses. It's like, bruh. Apparently they also, that exactly. They were like, he just wanted ChatGPT for everything, and he kept telling people, like, we're going to become an AI-first company, and everyone was like, ew, gross, no, what the fuck? My fan is off. Oh, whoops. I was not paying attention. Oh, that's a sword I don't have. Cool. Open air weapon. That sign, they like, yeah. Yep. Look at a lizard. I think I already have this lizard, but... Lizard! 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 I'm trying to gotta catch 'em all him. Yeah. Howa! Lizard! Check if the third one blew up, yeah. Where are my sparkles? There they are. Ooh. I have to go to the bathroom, so I will be right back, y'all. Just drinking a little bit of water. I will take my water and refill it because I can tell it's getting pretty empty. So, we are gonna go on bio break. I'll be right back! I'll be back. Refilled. My flamey saving my ass. Created SpaceX, successfully completed its test flight. Fire path. Oh, okay. I'm back. I love it when big corporations don't care about their impact on the places the rest of us have to fucking live. Did you guys see that, Yay! That must have been a lot of work. I bet it turned out really tasty, though. How did it turn out? Did you fry just the chicken, or did you also fry the liver and the squirrel? Yeah, like, did you guys see that AOC clip where she was like, hey, remember how this data center wasn't supposed to impact the water? Here's a jar of tap water from the town that place is in. Would you say this water is drinkable? And they were all like, ooh, no. Is there a second puzzle here that I missed? I'm just doing the puzzle without having the puzzle. Okay, where's the first part of the puzzle? All of it? Nice. I hope it turned out well. Yep. Yeah, I'm relatively lucky because of the place that I live in is one of the states that's just like, haha, fuck you, no. So. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry you have to live in Texas, Blue Fox. I hope you can get out of there soon. Do I need to, like, where's... your state is 20 years behind everyone else, so it may take a while for anything like that. That's good, at least. Yeah, I live in the Pacific Northwest, so a lot of us up here, like, pretty much everyone up here is like, yeah, how about you fuck off? You like the weather there? I imagine you could find some place with similar weather that isn't Texas, but yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of that would be in the South. Grew up your whole life in Texas. Ah. You wouldn't be sure where to go. Yeah. Damn, corpo crazy. Yeah, taking over the world lost for use. Yep, using the planet like there's another one right up there for the taking, exactly. Ah, okay, it paused my frickin' thing. That's why it felt like I hadn't done the whole thing yet. I was a little confused. I was like, this is the thing, right? Why are these points not proccing for me? I guess I went too far away, so it turned it off temporarily. If you did eventually want to move, my suggestion would be try to find work with a company that has branches in the place you want to move to. Because then, when you get in with that company, you can eventually see about getting a transfer to that other place. And then as for finding out where you would want to live, I would look up stuff, like things that you want. Like, what are their policies? What's the weather like? What's the, cost of living? Blah, blah, blah. It's a fun thing. Texas got historic sites from, yeah. Yeah, there are other places too. You just gotta look for some of the places with like historic sites and stuff, but... So yeah, and it all depends on where you want to live and where you do live, because I'm pretty sure there are some blue places in Texas. It's just a lot less common. So yeah, just as like kind of a, if anyone wanted to. And some businesses will actually help you with moving costs, but at least if you have a guaranteed job transfer, you can save up to like rent an apartment, or whatever in the new place you're going to. So, things like that can make moving a little bit easier if you have a job that is willing to transfer you to another location. Colors, color's not the issue. I was running into blue cities, actually shitty people who made the, yeah. I meant, like, actually blue. Like, the vast majority of people in the place you live in aren't assholes. But, yeah. Plan on moving to northern Nevada, maybe 7 years or so. It's a maybe, but definitely getting a camper. Or your BF War Buddies land. So, like, obviously there are places that vote blue. But, like, that would have... So, like... Basically, like... Well, because, like, not all places that, like... I'm trying to think of how it works. Districts are weird, but, like, when I said a blue city, I was meaning, like, a place where most of the people living there have that, mindset, Like, obviously they would also be voting in that direction, but if most of the people living in that city don't have that mindset, I honestly wouldn't be sure how it would be a blue city, but there are some places that have vocal minorities as well. I just used blue as kind of a shorthand for, like, more liberal, not asshole views. Yeah, same. I only used blue as a shorthand. I am also not actually blue. I am I think technically I would be Green Party, but I vote for whoever actually has good fucking policies. I would like someone who actually, like, isn't a piece of shit to be in charge. Who actually knows what they're doing, Kay, thanks. Woo! Yeah. I think as time goes on, we're getting more and more people that think that way, but part of the problem is that our government is not set up to allow it, because, fun fact, what we vote for the president is literally fucking meaningless. You wanna know why I know that? During one of the previous elections, one of my electoral representatives voted for a fucking bird. That is not a joke. They literally voted for a bird. The Electoral College can literally do whatever the fuck it wants. When Trump won the first time, Hillary Clinton actually did win the popular vote, but the Electoral College didn't vote the same way. So, like, until we get rid of the Electoral College and actually let people vote, because, fun fact, the only reason we even had the Electoral College in the first place was because people couldn't physically get to voting centers because of, like, horse and carriage and shit. But we don't have that now. People can vote by mail. The popular vote is literally counted before the Electoral College even finishes deliberating. Like, there's no frickin' point in using it anymore. Like, we might as well just let the people actually fucking vote. Like, yeah, I think we should still have, like, representatives and stuff, because there are some things that, like, we don't need to be voting on the nitty-gritty of every single political detail. That's why you vote for your representative that you want. But stuff like who your representatives are and who the president is, yeah, the stuff that we're already voting on, why not actually let us fucking vote on it? Why do we have Electoral College? Yep, the old system is built by rich people, and it benefits them. And the excuses for why the Electoral College was built, the whole, like, we can't get people to polling centers, getting letters there is too slow, none of that is valid anymore. So, like, why? Why does this still exist? It's literally meaningless. There's no reason to have this. Except for the fact that you don't want the people to actually be able to vote for their own president. That's literally the only reason left. So yeah, that's my slightly spicy political opinion there. Yep. Yep. Have some say in politics. Yeah, right? Yeah, but then we'd actually have the people would have a say in politics, and we can't have that with what, we the people. All right. Fortunately, where I live, both sides are full of crappy people. Yeah. More of a light bringer for individuals. Yeah. And patient inside of... Yeah. That's annoying. Spicy opinion is... I'm just watching the ballots. Living in Missouri, but considering I actually own... Yeah, I can see why that would get you stuck there. Because you'd have to find some sort of, like... The only way you'd be able to move would be to do something where you basically say, I will sell this house on the contingency that I find a place to buy somewhere else. And so, because there's, like, a way to set up the contract where you're basically, like, looking for a house to buy and sell, and you basically set up both contracts. But you'd have to want to do that, and you'd have to get a new job and all that shit. Your GF came from Missouri, Yeah, see, yeah, luckily, living in the Pacific Northwest, most people up here aren't stuck in, like, some people are, but, like, generally as a state, we're not, like, most people in this area, in the Grand Cascadia are not stuck in the stupid blue-red mentality. Which is why the entire Pacific Northwest has at multiple times threatened to fucking cede the United States if certain things happen. Yeah, I'm sorry that you guys are stuck in shitty places. I wish that this was not the world we lived in, but... C'est de la vie, or whatever. State of mind is Missouri, but you're living in Germany. I'm hoping. Honestly, the two-party system is bunk. Also, we really need a system like Australia, where, did you guys know that in Australia, when you vote, you don't just vote for one thing, you do, like, an order of operations? That way, if you vote for, like, a smaller independent person, your vote doesn't get wasted. Because your votes basically funnel down into that. So you actually get to have a vote, even if you vote independent or whatever. I love that so much. Like, we really need to have, like, a, 1, 2, 3, etc. system where you put them in order, and as more votes are gathered, people whose higher level votes weren't for those individuals get to do that. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying, like, the government in Australia is good. I'm just saying we should have a tiered voting system. Because basically, instead of just saying, okay, I want Party A, Party B, or Party C, you go, Party C is number 1 for me, and then Party A is number 2, and Party B is number 3. So if Party C doesn't get enough votes, your vote trickles down into the next person, until basically the votes have trickled into 2 people, That way people can vote whatever they want, but the vote is still meaningful because it gets to trickle down into the bigger numbers, Like, honestly, we just need to have mail-in voting everywhere as well. Because, except mail-in voting would mean that people would actually be able to vote, which isn't what the current administration wants. Anyway, we're probably getting a little too political for this. I don't know if this is the cozy vibes y'all are jonesing for right now. I leveled up my weapon, it maxed off. Yeah, right? Exactly. We can't have people actually voting. We're probably getting too political. That is... Ghoul Slap, that is the best fucking timing. That is so funny. Oh my god, that's hilarious. What a great time to come back. Yeah, we're talking about how living in the United States kind of fucking sucks. Honestly, living in a lot of the world right now kind of fucking sucks. Yeah, just the usual shit. I was ranting about how the Electoral College is meaningless and honestly doesn't even make sense anymore, except for them, like, rich people abusing the system, basically. Because the only reason the Electoral College was originally made is because people, like, everyone couldn't show up at the place that voting needed to happen, right? So they would elect, each area would elect a representative, so only that one person had to go to where the voting was, and then that person would, like, vote for everyone. But we obviously don't need that anymore, because the popular vote literally gets counted before the Electoral College does, and with the Electoral College in place, at this point in time, our votes are basically meaningless, because, fun fact, several elections ago, one of my representatives voted for a bird. Yes, a literal bird for president, and that was the point when I was like, yeah, my vote doesn't mean anything. Monopoly Bill needs updating. They can't take on... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then there's the fact that, like... Oh, yeah, server... server lag. You filled your BF's good save with survival foraging off-grid books. You ran out of room on your bookshelf. You already ran out of room on the new bookshelf you bought. Perfect. You get a new plate. Nice. Library. Yup. It's like how certain districts get more... Yeah, it's like how a lot of districts were keyed to be land-based instead of population-based. So, like, areas that have very, like low amount of people but large amount of land will sometimes get the same number of votes or more as big cities. So yeah, exactly, Ghoul Slap. Certain states would retain power. Low-key, some refuse to join the union without the... Yeah, exactly, to ensure the popular vote wouldn't override their control. Exactly. A lot of farming areas, too. We have a store called Half Price... Oh, Half Price Books around us in multiple... Yeah, I can see why that would get you in trouble. Do they have, like, manga and stuff over there? Not that it's relevant to my life, but I'm curious. Blue Fox, could you repeat that sentence? Because I'm reading that as, do you want to know about the school that's been eating kids? And I don't think that's correct. I think I misread that. I'm assuming the school is not eating children. And now that I have read that... Do you assume the interpret... Oh, teaching kids about the Civil War. I'm sure it's a thing. Doesn't the South... Hasn't the South started trying to teach kids that it was about independence and they completely leave out all the slavery stuff? They sell... Oh, they also sell movies and CDs and vinyls. Oh, it's worse! Oh, it got worse! That's nice. They sell pop-ups where you bought your DVD books and almost all the books in the store, like a major... That's awesome. They have, like, one row for new books. That's really cool. Yeah, we have a couple of used bookstores in town. Which reminds me, I should maybe go check those places out. The one annoying thing about the used bookstore is I sold them a bunch of books, and then I found out that they only... How do I explain this? So... They obviously don't give you the full price of the book. I think you get like half the price of the book or something. But then what's worse is the credit that they put on your account for that. They give you more if you put the credit on your account, but they only let you use that credit for half the price of a book you're buying. And I'm like, what? Hang on, let me scroll up. Oh yeah, they've been doing that for ages. Germany isn't better either. The chancellor's going, we need to abolish daily work, and weekly work, and maybe work, because company bosses tell me their work isn't profitable. I fucking hate this idea that businesses need to be constantly growing. It's literally unsustainable. To quote the popular quote, you want to know what never stops growing? Fucking cancer, that's what. Sustain. Sustainability. Businesses should hit a point of sustainability, and then that is fine. They don't need to do anything else. Fuck. To quote Dubus Goofus, state rights to do what? The blue people and the red people making it about the red party that started the civil... The blue people and the red people making it about red party that started civil war and had slaves, and Democrats tried to stop them. So they tried to reverse it? Did they try to say the South was the one that was anti-slavery? Wow. So they went full-on just rewriting history. Okay. Yeah, I've been hearing that some fucked up stuff's been happening ever since our current, not insert, their quote, not my president was in office, our current political system of nightmares. Recommend this new fantasy sci-fi you've been reading. It's The Last Dragon on Mars. Ooh, let me add that to my reading list. That sounds cool. Gonna open up my reading list. I actually did renew my library card recently, so maybe I can actually read some stuff. The Last Dragon on Mars series. Someone told me about a series that was bad, and they wanted me to know. They're like, I'm warning you. I think it was Ghoul Slap, actually, like, really heavily. They're like, this series is shit. I cannot recommend it to you, but it does have interesting concepts. And so I added the note to let them know, this is bad, lol, on my reading list after it, so I wouldn't forget. That way they wouldn't feel bad about it. Ooh, yeah, send me a picture of the book. Yeah, of course. Go ahead and DM me some book names. Well, have you guys heard about that kid that got in trouble / didn't get his diploma because he started walking up to other graduating students and asking them to read a sentence and it contained the word, like, exemplary or something like that? extraordinary, you know, something like that, and none of them could read the sentence. Like, they couldn't even sound it out because they're not teaching kids to read anymore. They're teaching kids to memorize words. And so children can't actually read. All they can do is just look at a word and tell you what that word is. Which, side comment, must be really fucking hard for kids with dyslexia and ADHD. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. You control the flow of information, you can control everything. Yep. You got program help books and other libraries that help. Yeah, that's good. The Texas Exchange program. Yeah, no, I'm glad that they're trying to get people back into reading again. Okay. Time to break all my extra stuff. Sell all the rest. So I watched an interesting video about that. You switch from phonics to, yeah, context learning, from sounding words out to just memorizing words. Yeah, exactly. And then figuring out what the other, right? Exactly. That failed. Right. Because, like, yes, context learning in addition to phonics learning makes sense. But you kind of need the phonics learning as the base, because otherwise, like, how are you going to know what the fuck the word is, you know? Like, context should be for meanings and pronunciation, not, like, the word. One of the worst things from libraries trying to burn... Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Yep. Okay. More items for my rogue. I'm going to drop this training manual in here for my mage. As a developmental challenge. Yeah, absolutely. Right? Exactly. Like, how many of us would have had so much fucking trouble managing to read that shit in those situations? Like, that would have been insane. Okay. Bank. We're putting the sword in. Actually, let me equip this sword. Because then I can, Lumi. Because then I can give that to my mage to level up. Let's see. Spin. Heals nearby allies when I'm surrounded by multiple enemies. That's cool. This is a very tanky weapon. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to drop that for my mage. And then I'm going to put all of this frickin' stuff that I have in there. Spark dust, sparks shard. Some sparkly shit. Items. Dup. Oh, might as well turn these into things. Try to find the names and DM me. Awesome, Blue Fox. Thank you. Don't push yourself too much. I know you're not feeling well. When you were in second grade, they thought you could read because you could just sound out the words. Yeah, exactly. It's understanding the words. Sent the book picture. Awesome. I'm really excited to see that, Matcha. That's gonna be so cool. You did horrible in school. Yeah, undiagnosed ADHD. Yep. Only started doing better in college when you got more interesting. Yeah, I think it's because I also have hella anxiety, so I did okay in school. But I also had a lot of other problems, like medical issue type problems. So that caused me various issues. Yeah, of course. That's totally fine. Finally handed over the throne. He said you're a better friar. Nice. Grats. You have succeeded. You are the better friar. Maybe... Okay, I think... Grats, Matcha. We're celebrating. Matcha is officially the better friar. Drop the item. Good God. Actually, funny thing. Do you want to hear the story about how I finally got the help you needed? Yeah, actually, I really am curious to hear that, Nikki. I just dealt with it until I was an adult and left my job that was giving me hella burnout that I'm still recovering from, and then started getting diagnoses. Fun fact, my family actually knew I had ADHD and just didn't do anything about it. Yay. In the end, you're happy that you didn't have any friends during your school days, so you could read all the books nice in 2 different languages. The whole time you're cooking, you're always wondering if you... I know, right? Mood. Actually, I get told, what is happening right now? Am I just, like, totally borked? I'm just gonna, hard close the game and restart it. I think I accidentally, lagged my character. The same way that your autism instead of HD with your family, yeah. I probably have autism, too. The only reason I'm not diagnosed with that is because my doctor, psychiatrist, whichever one can prescribe meds, and, you know, does more than just the diagnoses. He's not actually able to diagnose adults. He can only diagnose children. But multiple of his patients think they have autism, so he's looking into getting the ability to do that for all of us. You were barely scraping by, and the school board was like, they're passing, so we're not going to do anything. It was actually your mom that was holding your hand the whole way. She finally told you, you're going to fail because I'm going to let you do your own thing. Don't stress it. It has to happen. To get the tools necessary to swim, you need to stay. So basically, you guys intentionally freaked them out by doing horribly so that they would have to actually start doing something to help you. That is wild. I'm glad that she gave you the heads up, like, don't worry about it. This is gonna be kind of crazy. That is wild. Okay, this is the thing that's found, like, everywhere. And then... Jeez. Okay, that's good. I think I've gotten everything off of this character, so I can go to my mage. No child left behind. Let me be as straight as right. Well, and like the amount of times, apparently nowadays they're also just passing kids. Like the kids don't actually know the shit, and they're just passing them anyway. It's fucking bonkers. And the same happened to me. Ended up dropping out to homeschool, single mom and meant self-study, ended up with top scores. Nice. Right? Let neurodivergents do their own thing and it works out. They were baffled when they saw you pretty much aced the ACT test or the SAT test. Yeah. Pretty much had a great, going into college, you couldn't pass. Oh, oof. I'm sorry. That sucks. Yeah, let me grab my, I can't put those on yet, but they're only level 6, so I should be hitting that pretty soon. And then I want this stuff. Book. Oh, I forgot to grab my, this. Yeah, the kind of autism they can't do math for some reason, but you're good at D&D. Yeah, sometimes it's weird. I'm pretty good at math. My problem in school is that I was homeschooled from 3rd grade to the first week of middle school. For insert crazy backstory here. Which I can go into if you guys want, but it's not really relevant to the story. So, by the time I hit middle school, I was actually doing algebra. And I could do all this shit in my head. But the test that they gave me was weird. because they started testing me. You can't do math without a calculator. Yeah, one of my best friends when I was in school, like, she just, like, the way she explained it was like reading a foreign language she couldn't understand and having to translate it every single time she did any work. And I'm like, that's insane. So the test that got me into the class, I was failing the class they put me in because I wasn't showing my work. And the teacher, like, was giving, basically what happened is she was only giving me half credit for doing the right answers. Because her explanation was it was to prep for the special test that, if I say the name of, will dox my state that I live in, that they don't have anymore because they realized it was bullshit. And it wasn't even a prep class. It was, she just decided that she wanted to make people do things with the same requirements. But I actually got into a remedial math class because they asked me a bunch of shit that I didn't understand, because they were testing me on elementary school concepts that I had never learned that way. So yeah, no, the actual class was show your work, and I was getting in trouble for doing it in my head. But specifically, they were asking me shit like, what is a box and, like, show me how to do box and whiskers. And I was like, what the fuck is a box and whiskers? I've literally never heard of this in my life. And then later, when I was telling that to people, because they were like, you're so good at math, how are you? Thank you so much for the follow, Nikki. I'm glad you've been enjoying yourself. We hit our follower goal, actually. That's 250 people. That's awesome. I can't believe that that's great. I'm excited to go look at that after stream. And I had never heard of a box and whiskers, because I had been taught how to do mean, median, and mode. You know, the actual math thing. So, yeah, right? That's so exciting. So I ended up doing really badly on that test because they were asking me questions with phrases that were the same way they had taught the elementary schoolers, and I had never been taught those things, so I just didn't understand what the fuck they were asking of me. Which was interesting. So I ended up in a remedial math class, and then I did really bad for the first part of it because I didn't want to write down my work. And then eventually, my mom actually went to talk to them about it and was like, okay, even if she's not writing down her work, at the time, obviously, I was going by she. They're like, why are you giving her, like, 50%? Like, why are you failing her? Like, I would understand if you're giving her a bad grade, but you aren't just giving her a low end of the spectrum. Like, you're giving her a she's gonna fail this class grade. And that's when we figured out that, oh, it's prep or whatever the fuck, and then it's the prep for the thing. So new math, yeah, like Mr. Incredible, The Incredibles 2 when it comes to that. Yeah, exactly. Getting taught things that don't make sense. Let's see. All right. Bop, 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 bop. One sec. What am I doing with this character now? Because I think I finished this first area, so I think I need to go kill all the fish. I'm accidentally hitting buttons. Don't mind me. Okay. I keep forgetting that I can't use my numpad. This is why I want to get a stream deck, because then I can put the buttons on the stream deck instead of my numpad, because because of all the bookkeeping that I've done, I instinctively, why are you so low down here, little dude? I instinctively want to use my numpad to type my numbers. Number pad. On your keyboard, have you ever seen on keyboards the section that just has, like, numbers and calculations? It looks like a calculator. What sucks about math college? Oh, you were taking culinary, and yeah, no, the basic, right? Yeah, I hate how, like, sometimes the basic classes are, like, way too much. You're like, why? Why? Oh, nice. This also is gonna slow enemies. That's cool. I should check what my new skill is, actually. Gain a shield. Yeah, numpad. I always have to have numpads on my keyboard. Yeah, it's the calculator thing. Fun fact, the original Tomb Raider games used the numpad exclusively for their control scheme. But yes, I have to have numpads on my keyboards or I lose my mind. I just can't. Not being able to do numbers with the numpad just drives me bonkers. Kind of weird thing to think about as soon as you handed your mother the failed college papers. But I tried. That's right, I should have gone to art school. TKL is weakness. Nemi, what does that mean? Also, let me give you a shout out. You're heading out before you do a fun story. Okay, you mentioned you don't have reading comprehension, and in the end it wasn't the school that taught you how to read properly. It was fan fiction. Yeah, that's great. You literally change your reading skills and have Taro and edit and any fan fiction. That is amazing and good. That is how it should be. Well done. I'm glad you managed to learn. Right? Oh, yeah, no, 10 keyless keyboards. No, I hate them so much. Exactly. Give me my numpad. I hate keyboards that don't... They're also called a 10 key. For people who don't recognize... numpad. Numpads are also called 10 keys. 10 keys is like the fancy business term. Numpad is like the casual one. But yeah, no, if I don't have a 10 key on my keyboard, I'm like, I'm not getting this keyboard, man. Actually, similarly, I just can't operate without a MMO mouse anymore either. Like the mouses that have the 10 key on the side of the mouse too. It's not the full 10 key. It's more like the number bar at the top of your keyboard. But my hands are so small that trying to play games and hitting all of the buttons to do my skills on my actual numbers, like I can't reach them. So playing any sort of game that requires precise number controls without the numbers where my thumb is just impossible. Taught yourself how to read because you didn't really understand as a kid while reading was important. Then you got Pokemon Yellow. Nice, right? Yeah, no, I have to have, like, my mice need to be shaped a certain way, and I have to have the numbers on the side, or I can't, like, playing an MMO like Final Fantasy XIV or even Farever would be an absolute nightmare, because, like, even just hitting, like, 1, 2, and 3, I have to move my hands so far. Like, I can't reach it by just reaching up. So, but yeah, anyone else who has small hands and wants to play games, I definitely recommend getting what is traditionally called an MMO mouse. It's the one that has, like, 1 through 12 on the side. And then what I do is I assign those keys to be 1 through +/equals sign at the top. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV with a controller would also work, but then I wouldn't have my 80 million hotbars. I think I told you guys about how in Final Fantasy XIV I figured out there was a macro to give you effectively infinite hotbars, and so now I have way more hotbars than I should. If y'all ever want to know the secret, let me know. I don't know how well it would work on controller, but I'm glad to share. I've been playing 14 since 2 point something. It was before Heaven's Ward. And before they dropped, a little bit before they dropped Rogue. Yeah, you just rotate your hotbars. No, but see, I want to have, like, a list of all my pets that I might want to use, and all the items that are in my storage. And yeah, no, I imagine it works really good on controller. I've used it a little bit for stuff like fishing when my hands are being mean to me, but I haven't actually set up my classes for it yet. Woo, repetitive strain injuries of unknown origin. Yes, Blue Fox? Your fishing class is your high. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. I think my fishing class isn't my highest level job. Actually, it might be now. I think I went and hella leveled up my fishing class. I need to check. My leather worker might still be higher. You're still a sprout. Well, if you ever want to friend me in 14, let me know. Thank you. You as well, Blue Fox. I'm sure it will. I need to make that note for myself about the boom slime with the Megumin hat. Boom slime with Megumin hat bomb. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the game is getting hella laggy right now. Their server must be under some serious load. Let you know when you buy another month. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll let you know if I see them doing a free play period, because even older people, like people who had a subscription before, can do free play periods. So if I find out when their next free play period is, I'll try to let you know. Oh, there is a free play coming up really soon? That's awesome. Oh, right, I forgot. Go check out Nemi. Nemi is another shapeshifter, though unfortunately Nemi is an elf cursed with shapeshifting, as opposed to it being the natural state. Nemi does art and lots of fun games, and is a very fun person to hang out with. Also teaches RPGs. So yeah, go and check out Atelier Luceardua. Nemi is the nickname based on the character that is their model, so. And any of my friends, if I am using the wrong pronoun for you, please correct me. I try to default to they, them as practice, but sometimes that I mess up and accidentally use they, them on people whose pronouns are not they, them, that I already know, but my brain went, goodbye. Oh, right, I forgot to show you guys the stuff that you get. So you get this horse for getting the Founders Edition of this game. And you get this glider. And you get this rabbit. And you get this cloak that I'm wearing right now. Oh, sorry, that's just getting the game in early access. I messed up. It's not Founders Edition. I was mixing up the terms. It's just if you get the game while it is in early access, those items are free for everyone in early access. You just go into the store. It's thank you for buying the game and joining early access. Go into the store and get these items for free. I mixed up the wording. I was thinking about something else. You're she, her, you honestly respond to anything, you're not really bothered. Okay. Yes? Did I accidentally leave? It shouldn't be, because I'm Do Not Disturb in Discord, so you guys shouldn't be hearing my Discord noises. So it's probably something on your end. Yeah, I double-checked I didn't have a Discord that wasn't Do Not Disturbed up, but I don't see one, so... I did forget earlier in the stream, though. You're not in any VCs. Huh. I mean, it's possible the VC noises are still playing through, but they shouldn't. No, you're also in Do Not Disturb mode. Who frickin' knows? Lol, the lag. I might end stream a little bit early, since Farever is clearly having a server moment. Yeah. Oh, okay, no, it's finally fighting me now. I will kill this crab, and then I will log to the main screen, and then we will find someone to raid. I need to double check what the timeline is on me getting the ability to raid people on YouTube. Ugh. Yep, they are actively working on getting their servers set up better with more servers, etc., etc. The server issues are one of their top things right now. Alright, let me go into here and check who is online. We will go over to chatting. let's see what everyone is doing. Looking. Lovely music. Who all is online? Have I raided Hime recently? I have not raided Hime recently, and Hime is doing a donathon. And Hime's been looking over TTRPGs, which has been really fun recently. They're always really cool TTRPGs. Like, Hime was looking over one called Kedamono Opera that was super cool. So we're gonna go over there for the donathon. To support, I will have a nice night, you all as well. So while we are starting up that raid, I will make our raid messages Farever the Cozy MMO. And while we are doing that, we will say our good nights. Yes, I'll check the books out. Good night, everyone. Yes. If you are subscribed, you can use the slime heart. If you are not subscribed, feel free to use the purple heart or the emote of your choice. All right, everyone. Don't forget to eat your water, drink your food, go to meds, take a sleep, and do whatever it is that you need to do. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. And if you're going to sleep, I hope you wake up refreshed and ready for that amazing day. I had so much fun hanging out with you guys too. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you could all be here and hang out, even if you couldn't chat that much. I had a ton of fun showing you guys Farever. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Mwah! I love all of you. Don't forget that you are loved and you deserve love. So take care of yourselves. And I will see you over with Hime Utsuki. That's good. I'm glad that you guys enjoy yourself. Mwah! I will see you over with Hime.